Hello, once again, welcome you back for a new session, that is 45 and 46. We are doing the Laplace transform, as you all know, and we have derived some of the uh, Z transform of 1, Z transform of n, Z transform of n square, and Z transform of n to the power 3. Now, as you know that we are only doing only the single term, we are not taking any multiples over there or product over there. Now in this sessions we will try to do some different Z transform where it is involving the product. So dumping rule is there. What is this dumping rule means? If Z transform of un is equal to u bar of z, then here the wonder is there. Z transform of k to the power n into un is equal to u bar of z by k. Second property says Z transform of k to the power minus n un is equal to u bar of k by z. What is u bar? U bar is nothing but an answer after supplying the values of n in summation, right? And that we will get in terms of z only. Now try to do this one. Solution. According to the definition of Z transform, what you will write? Z transform of k to the power n un is equal to summation n run from 0 to infinity k to the power n un z to the power minus n is there, and n is equal to 0 to infinity un, and this whatever is there, I am writing in this form. K to the power n can be written as z by k to the power minus n. So this is nothing but, according to our definition, I can write u bar of z. This is the second one, k to the power minus n un. This can be written as, in the place of un you can write as k to the power minus n un z to the power minus n, right? Now this can be written un is equal to z k whole to the power minus n. This is nothing but an for definition of Z transform. It is nothing but u bar of z can be written as u bar of zk. Though it looks very simple, it has wonders to do with the problems. Why? Because we are as before you see, only we are taking only one term. Now we are taking product terms here, right? Some application of dumping rule. Here you can see first one, k to the power n into n, right? There un is there. Now specifying n here, I am not taking even. When the dumping rule is started, I took k to the power n into un. Now specifically I am taking as k to the power n into n, right? Now we know that what is Z transform of n is equal to given by z minus 1 whole to the power 2. This is the Z transform of n. Now according to the dumping rule, what you have to do? Dumping rule says that Z transform of k to the power n is equal to, wherever z will come across in Z transform of n, that z is replaced by z by k. Once again I am repeating, the Z transform of n we know, wherever you come across in RHS part as z, that z can be replaced by z by k. This is the advantage of doing the damping rule. So if you do this, you can see z transform of k to the power n into n is equal to, wherever z is there, what you are doing, z by k minus 1 whole to the power 2. Now take the LCM and try to simplify it. If you simplify, we will get Z transform of k to the power n into n is equal to kz by z minus 1 whole to the power 2. Now second one, Z transform of k to the power n square. Once again we know that Z transform of n square is given by z square plus 2 divided by z minus 1 whole cube, right? Now what is that? Z transform of k to the power n and n square can be written as Z transform of n square, where z is replaced by z by k. So where you are replacing on z transform of n square. Z transform of n square, you know that z square plus z whole divided by z minus 1 whole to the power 3. So let me put all this value, z by k whole square plus z by k whole divided by z by k minus 1 whole to the power 3, right? Now simplify, taking the LCM and all, the equation looks like after cancellation and everything. I wrote the answer. Why? Because I don't want to waste step by step. This everyone can do, mathematics students. So what you will get it is, after doing taking LCM and cancellation, we will obtain answer as kz square plus k square z divided by z minus 1 whole to the power 3. Only the last term is left out. What is that last? K to the power n into n cube now. Yeah. This is the one. Once again, I'm using once again the known result of z transform of n cube. Z transform of n cube is what? N cube, z cube plus 4z square plus z minus 1 whole to the power 4. Right. Now z transform of k to the power n into n square, it should be n cube. By mistakenly it has appeared as n square, is n cube. So is equal to z transform of n to the power 3, z tends to z by k. So you just put z by k wherever you see in RHS of z transform of n cube. Z by k whole cube plus 4 z by k whole square plus z by k, z by k minus 1 whole square. Now you take the LCM and simplify it. After simplifying, the things will get as z cube kz cube plus 4z square k square plus k cube z minus 1 whole to the power 4. Now all the formulas whatever you have derived, you just have the glance. Z transform of 1 is z by z minus 1, z to the power k is z by z minus k. Second one is z transform of n is z by z minus 1 whole square. Here kz will get z transform of k to the power n into n is equal to kz z minus 1 whole square. Here you can see that whatever we are having here, right? Z transform of n square is n square z square plus z divided by z minus 1 whole cube. You can remember, you just see the denominator systematically changing. Z of z transform of 1, z transform of n, transform of n square. It is n minus 1, n minus, sorry, z minus 1, z minus 1 whole square, and here z minus 1 whole to the power 3. This is how you can remember. For one that whatever numerator is z and denominator is z minus 1. For n it is numerator is z, denominator is z minus 1 whole to the power 2. For z transform of n square, it is z square plus z divided by z minus 1 whole cube. Okay, here you can remember, and this is the fourth one, z transform of n cube is equal to z cube plus 4z square plus z divided by z minus 1 whole square. Okay, now let me do some of the example. Find the z transform of e to the power an e to the power an into n. So let me try to solve. E to the power minus an can be written as e to the power minus a to the power n is equal to k to the power n. Why am I doing all these circles? Because I have to bring this one into the known form. What is known form? You can have in terms of n, in terms of 1, in terms of k. Right, so what I am doing is that let me try to bring this exponent part in terms of k. So k to the power n, I know that z transform, right? So I am doing that one, try to bring this one into the standard form. So now you see z transform of k to the power n, I know z by z minus k. Now what is k here? K is e to the power minus an is equal to z by z minus e to the power a is there, right? Now what is the thing what we are going to do here, right? So second one is now damping rule, e to the power minus an into n is there. Similarly we can do k to the power n into n is equal to kz divided by z minus k whole to the power 2, right? We will obtain same procedure. I'm not going, okay, this one I want to explain here. Obtain the z transform of cos n theta and sin n theta, hence deduce the z transform for the following: k to the power n cos n theta, k to the power n sin theta, right? Before proceeding to this z transform of cos n theta, z transform of sin theta, first you have to think whether you are knowing z transform of sin theta or cos theta. No, we are not knowing. So we are knowing in terms of k to the power n, or in terms of n, or in terms of 1. So you try to bring those things in terms of standard format. What is the standard format I am telling? Once again, 1 or n, or n to the power 2, n to the power 3, or in the form of k to the power n. So what I will do is that, because this is a situation, what I will do is that we know that e to the power I n theta can be written as cos n theta plus I sin n theta, right? As we write e to the power I n theta is equal to e to the power I theta to the power k. So is equal to k to the power n here. What is k? K is e to the power I theta, right? So now I know the Laplace transform of z to the power, sorry, the Laplace transform of k to the power n is equal to what? Z by z minus 1. Now wherever k is there, what you are going to supply? K value is, we know that e to the power I theta is there. So z as it is, z divided by z minus e to the power I theta. From the beginning days of our mathematics, what we are going to do to get a solution, you are going to rationalize this. So rationalizing this means I am taking z minus e to the power minus I theta. Instead of plus, I will take z minus e to the power minus I theta. You have to see the RHS. I am reading RHS here. What is RHS? Z by z minus e to the power I theta. This is the RHS. Now if you do the rationalization, what you have to take? Z minus e to the power minus I theta, right? Now you come to the second RHS of it. What it is? Z rationalized part I am writing z minus e to the power minus I theta. Denominator part is z minus e to the power I theta, z minus e to the power minus I theta, right? Now what is that e to the power minus I theta? Once again come back, cos theta z into z minus e to the power I theta I am writing as cos theta minus I sin theta divided by z into z, it will become z square minus z e to the power I theta plus e to the power minus I theta plus 1. Now it is what you will get here. You just see the same. Yeah, I have brought from there for our reference. So z will remain as it is, z minus cos theta minus minus it will get, I'm reading about the numerator of second RHS, z minus cos theta, that minus is multiplied there, that will become as plus I sin theta divided by z square. If you take if you split this one, e to the power I theta, e to the power I, I'm talking about the denominator bracket of minus z e to the power I theta. E to the power I theta can be written as cos theta plus I sin theta. E to the power minus I theta can be written as cos theta minus I sin theta. Imaginary part will get cancelled and we will get 2 cos, 2z cos theta plus 1. Now z transform, so what I have to do is that I have to separate it out, what is the real part and imaginary part. It is clearly visible over here. The imaginary part is I is there in the numerator. So after simplifying this, you just see I have made separate, it is z into z minus cos theta divided by z square minus 2z cos theta plus 1 plus z into sin theta divided by z square minus 2z cos theta plus 1, right? Now equating real and imaginary part, if you do that, what you will get, okay, this is the required answer we want. Z transform of cos theta. What is that Z transform of cos theta? We will get Z transform of cos theta as z into cos z minus cos theta divided by z square minus 2z cos theta plus 1. In same manner, we will go for sine. This is what sine. Now one more, now damping rule will come into the play. Suppose z transform of cos theta is u bar of z, you have to assume. Then what it is? Yeah. Z transform of k to the power cos theta is equal to, what you are writing that one, u bar is equal to z by k. You know z transform of cos theta, wherever z is there, z transform of cos theta, that z is replaced by what? Z by k now, right? Here you can see z by k into z by k minus cos theta divided by z by k whole square minus 2 into z by k cos theta plus 1. Do the simplification. After doing the simplification, we will obtain in this form z into z minus k cos theta z square minus 2z cos theta plus k square. Similarly, we will have for this here cos theta plus I sin theta whole to the power n it is. So once again we have to write this one as e to the power I theta whole to the power n. Why? Because whole to the power n is there. Okay, now z transform is there, so place this value z divided by z minus e to the power theta. This is the required one. So simple. Okay, n plus 1 whole square. How to get this one? Z transform, first you have to do whole square n plus 1, n square plus 1 plus 2n, you will get, z transform of n square plus 2n plus 1. Now individually apply. What is the z transform of n square? That is z square plus z divided by z minus 1 whole cube plus 2 into z by z minus 1 whole square. This will be 1 z divided by z minus. Now take the LCM and simplify it. So if you simplify, this will be the result you will get. I hope this will be the last slide. No, one more slide is there. So cos hn theta, cos hn theta can be written as in exponent form, that is half into e to the power n theta plus e to the power minus n theta is equal to half e to the power theta to the power n plus e to the power minus theta to the power n. Let me take this one as e to the power theta as p and e to the power minus theta as q. Okay. Okay, now apply Z transform on this. You know Z transform of k to the power n, Z transform of this q to the power n. Just you supply, that is half Z by Z minus p plus Z by Z minus q. Take the LCM, or before going to LCM you take this p substitution. P is what? E to the power theta, and q substitution e to the power minus theta. Now you can go for the simplification, taking LCM and all. We will get in terms of z by 2 and z minus e to the power minus theta, z minus e to the power plus theta divided by z minus e to the power theta into z minus e to the power minus theta. So you just try to simplify this. Z common will be there, so 2z minus e to the power minus theta plus cos theta, e to the power plus theta is there, and if you rewrite this one we will obtain in this form. Okay, so I hope you got my point. So thank